Hello and welcome to La Rosa Reads. I'm Denise La Rosa, and today I will be sharing with all of you my June reading plans. Let's talk books. June, how much I love you. Let me count the ways. One of the ways being that as an educator, we are done, baby. June is the month that the end of the school year arrives, and that means I get to dive into some books. And I am particularly excited about this June TBR. Without any further ado, here are the books that I plan on reading in the month of June. So these 6 books that I am holding are books that have made an appearance already on La Rosa Reads, and so I'm going to go through those fairly quickly. These books were either featured in other TBRs or other videos such as my local bookstore shopping. And so I figured, why waste time going into deep detail with these books? We're not going to dive in too deep. You can check out other videos if you want to learn more about my thoughts on these books and how I'm anticipating on reading them. The first book from this stack is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. I have never read this book, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that that's the case. However, I'm looking forward to reading it in the month of June and passing it along to my daughters. Next up is The Wedding Party, written by Jasmine Guillory. This is book 3 in the Wedding Date series. I've already read the first 2 books, and I am highly anticipating reading this third one. I am so in love with this series. It's just the perfect, easy, light, fun, romantic read. I'm here for it. Then we have this lovely book that I purchased whenever I visited Completely Booked, and it is 4 Aunties and a Wedding. Now this is book 2 from a series, and the first book is Dial A for Aunties. I do not have that book, and I'm really on the fence. I am a type A reader, a type A person in general, and I'm feeling a little icky about reading book 2 without having read book 1. So stay tuned, you guys. Book 1 may end up being the book that I actually read this month, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna see if I can let go of being like uptight and needing to do everything in order, but it may be worth it to start with the first one. We shall see. And this book was passed from Oprah Winfrey's hands to mine, and it is The Good Earth by Pearl S. Buck. This is the book that I actually got while on the set of the Oprah Winfrey Show back in September of 2004. It even has the original character guide, and yeah, it's like pretty cool. I remember I picked up an extra one for, I don't know, a souvenir. I don't know. So I actually have 2. But I think it's pretty cool that, or pretty sad, I don't know which one, that I've had this book in my presence for how many years now? If I got it in 2004, yikes. And I have never read it. I actually had to dig it up out of the storage closet to do a video for BookTube for you guys. So let's see what happens with this one. It's one that I've always wanted to read, so I think June's the month. Well, I actually thought May was a month or April. I don't know. You guys have seen this book several times, so let's just hope you won't see it again unless it's a wrap-up. Oh, Mitch album. The Stranger in the Lifeboat. I've had you, my dear friend, for quite a few months and have yet to crack you open. I don't know what's preventing me from doing this. I said spring was going to be the time, and now summer is looming. But you guys, I promise I have to get to this book. And I think since it's kind of giving me melancholy vibes, reading this book post-school year will be just the right time to settle in, chillax, read, and be sappy. So this might be the time. Eleanor in the Village. This was a Strand purchase when I was on vacation in New York City. I went to the Strand bookstore and definitely wanted to get a book that gave me New York City vibes to celebrate this moment in time when I had returned to New York City after being away from New York for nearly 20 years. And I am so excited to read this book. I didn't want to dive into this during the school year. This is one that I want to savor and just immerse myself in, and I definitely want to do that in the month of June. Who knows if it will happen? Fingers crossed. All right, the remaining 4 books are new purchases of mine, so they are new to your eyes for those of you who hang around with me here on La Rosa Reads. The first one is The Shadow in the Glass. Dare to make a wish? I have to tell you guys, this book was not one that I was planning on getting, but do you guys see the sticker? Buy one, get one 50% off. Your girl likes to take advantage of these savings, these sales by buying more books than she had planned on buying, which ends up meaning that I'm spending more money anyway. But am I the only one who does that? I'm sure I'm not alone here in BookTube world. Let me know if you fall into that trap as well. I don't know what's gotten into me, you guys. I, quite frankly, have not been a fairy tale gal growing up. I did love Sleeping Beauty, that Disney movie. I just loved the fairies and the songs. Other than that, the closest I came to loving princesses was Jasmine from Aladdin, and she's sassy. She's very much like her own stand-up woman, which is the type of fairy tale princess, if you will, that I like. But for whatever reason here lately, I am so into fairy tales. I don't know if it's because I just recently turned 41 and I'm kind of longing or reminiscing for, way back when I was a little girl and didn't have to adult and could just lose myself in fantasies. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, I read By the Book by Jasmine Guillory last month, and here I am wanting to read The Shadow in the Glass, which is a gothic twist on Cinderella. The reason why I mentioned Jasmine Guillory's By the Book is because that's part of a Disney rom-com series of books. It's book 2 from the Meant to Be series. Book 1 is If the Shoe Fits. I can't think of what the author's name is of that book, but it's on my TBR as well. And my plan is to grab If the Shoe Fits and also pair that up with The Shadow in the Glass and do a little video for you guys comparing If the Shoe Fits with The Shadow in the Glass to see which type of Cinderella twist book we like. Once upon a time, Ella had wished for more than a life as a lowly maid. Now forced to work hard under the unforgiving, lecherous gaze of the man she once called stepfather, Ella's only refuge is in the books she reads by candlelight, secreted away in the library she isn't permitted to enter. See, I don't like that. Women should be able to do whatever we want. So here we go. One night, among her beloved books of far-off lands, Ella's wishes are answered. At the stroke of midnight, a fairy godmother makes her an offer that will change her life. 7 wishes, hers to make as she pleases. But each wish comes at a price, and Ella must decide whether it's one she's willing to pay. Ooh, I think this is going to be pretty cool. So let's see what happens. So I don't know if I talk about this enough on my channel, but I'm a book lover. I'm also a music lover, a former musician, singer-songwriter, and I am so excited about June being Black Music Month. It is a month that is particularly exciting for many reasons. Black Music Month is definitely one of them for me, but I'm all about music 24/7, 365. And here we have this lovely book titled Shine Bright, a very personal history of Black women in pop. I want to say a special thank you to Megan over at Too Cool for Middle School. I watched one of her videos recently and she lifted up this book that was not on my radar. It's just so me. This is giving me Denise LaRosa vibes all the way, from the cover to the content. I am so excited. Look at this. The cover is everything. And I know that there are some Black women in pop that are in this book, featured in this book, that are near and dear to my heart. I'm looking for Janet. I'm looking for Mariah Carey. I'm looking for so many women that I know are going to be featured. And I haven't read a book about music or the music industry in a long, long time. So, yeah. Whitney and Aretha? Mind blown. How is that going to... Mind blown. Oh, very nice. Donna Summers, Miss Ross. So I see you. Okay, Danielle Smith. You didn't just give us like the light pop of like 80s up to this point. You're giving us, or even like 80s and 90s. We have family here. I'm sure you hear them in the background. So I want to spend time with them. Love you guys, but is it okay if I say I love my family just a little bit more and family time's valuable? So real quick, the last 2 books I plan to read in June are about books. We have these 2 lovely books. This one is Must Love Books. I don't know anything about it, but as you can see from the label, this was the other book that I got with the buy one, get one 50% off. A tender reflection on finding your person while you're still desperately searching for yourself. A book for book lovers. It's impossible not to root for Nora. I don't know what's going on with Nora, but we'll find out in June. And you guys, this book is like getting so much attention. I bought it immediately, like on book release day. Book lovers, I'm here for it. I can't wait. I have not read any of Emily Henry's other books, so this will be my first Emily Henry book. And I think it's one that will be a true pleasure to read. So enjoyable. Books about book lovers is becoming my thing. So let's see what happens. So that's all. I've got to go because my brother and sister-in-law are here. Let me know what your reading plans are in June. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.